Hello, viewers. This is exam time, and we have very little time to get prepared for these exams. So, I am kind of giving you quite a few very important questions as well as their answers so that it will give you an insight as to what kind of questions are generally asked in competitive exams, how to prepare ourselves for these kind of exams, and all. Let us have a look at some of the very important questions. What is the subtitle of Mayor of Casterbridge? See, whatever exam you might be taking, be it UGC NET or sets conducted by various state governments or universities or whatever, they generally pose questions on subtitles. Mayor of Casterbridge is a wonderful novel by Thomas Hardy. So here the question asks us the subtitle of the celebrated novel called Mayor of Casterbridge. And the answer to this particular question is Story of a Man of Character. This is the subtitle. So you might be knowing that Thomas Hardy was a wonderful novelist of the 19th century. He has written quite a number of novels. One of them happens to be Mayor of Casterbridge, and he has given it a befitting title, and the title is Story of a Man of Character. So questions are generally asked about subtitles. So you have to read and remember the subtitles of important works. Next, this particular question also deals with subtitle. What is the subtitle of Gorboduc? Gorboduc, by the way, is considered to be the first tragedy in English literature. The credit for being the first comedy goes to Ralph Roister Doister, written by Nicholas Woodall, whereas the credit for being the first tragedy in English literature goes to a drama called Gorboduc, and it was written by Thomas Sackville and Thomas Norton. These two people, Thomas Norton and Thomas Sackville, together wrote this particular drama called Gorboduc, and here we have been asked the subtitle of Gorboduc. The subtitle of Gorboduc is Ferrex and Porrex. Ferrex and Porrex are two brothers. One brother kills the other brother, and out of anger, his parents kill him. So both of them die in this particular drama. This is by way the first tragedy that we have in English literature. And this is a Senecan tragedy. By Senecan tragedy we mean a drama where blood and gore are blatantly shown on the stage. Here is our next question. In which novel do we find the character Becky Sharp? Friends, we have certain wonderful characters in English fiction. English literature has given us quite a few very important characters which have become lifelike. That is, though they are merely characters, they have become so popular that we generally believe that they existed sometime. Such is the importance, such is the life that the writers have infused in these characters. So here we have to identify the novel in which we come across a character called Becky Sharp, and the name of the novel is Vanity Fair. Vanity Fair is a novel in which the character of Becky Sharp comes. So this particular novel was written by William Makepeace Thackeray. Here we have a character called Becky Sharp, and Becky Sharp has become so popular because of her cunningness. She is known as a social mountaineer. That is the nickname given to Becky Sharp. Next question. Which university wit didn't study in a university? You might be knowing that as many as 7 contemporaries of Shakespeare are known as university wits. They are known so because they had either studied in Oxford or in Cambridge, and they were rivals to Shakespeare. Shakespeare did not have any university education, but these people had the benefit of having studied in one university or the other. But out of those 7, one did not have any university background, and we have to identify that person, that university wit who did not go either to Oxford or to Cambridge. By the way, university wits are these people: Christopher Marlowe, Lodge, Peele, Nash, Lilly, Kidd. These people, along with Green, are known as university wits who did not go to any university. That is the question, and the answer to this question is Thomas Kidd. Thomas Kidd did not go to any university. Others like Christopher Marlowe, Peele, Nash, Lodge, Green, Lilly, they went to one university, that is Oxford, or the other, that is Cambridge. It was only Thomas Kidd who did not go to either of these two universities, but still he is considered as one among the university wits. He was a wonderful playwright, and he gave a sense of direction to English tragedy. Our next question here. What is the name given to such a drama which is meant to be read and not to be enacted? We know that dramas are generally written to be enacted on stage, but there are quite a few dramas which are not meant to be enacted on stage but merely meant to be read, just as we read poetry or fiction. And there is a particular name that these kind of dramas are known by, and we have to give the name of such a drama which is meant to be read and not to be enacted. And the answer to this question is closet drama. Closet drama is one which is meant to be read rather than to be enacted on stage. There have been quite a number of dramas written in this particular mode. For example, Milton's Samson Agonistes. Milton has written a drama called Samson Agonistes, and that is a closet drama. That is to say that Milton did not write Samson Agonistes to stage it on a stage or in a theatre, but to be read in one's study, silently in one's study. Such a drama is known as a closet drama. Next question. Which university wit called Shakespeare an upstart crow beautified with others' feathers? Shakespeare is considered to be the greatest poet as well as playwright, but at the same time there were quite a few people who did not like him for various reasons. And one person who happened to be a university wit called Shakespeare an upstart crow beautified with others' feathers. That is, It was his way of saying that Shakespeare lacked originality. He just thrived on the originality, on the creativity of other people, other playwrights. Now we have to identify the university wit who called Shakespeare, who disparaged Shakespeare as an upstart crow beautified with others' feathers. Was it Marlowe? Was it Kidd? Was it Lilly? Was it Greene? Who was it? And the answer to this question is Greene. Greene calls Shakespeare an upstart crow beautified with others' feathers. Greene has written a book called Groat's Worth of Wit. Groat's Worth of Wit is a book written by Greene in which Greene calls Shakespeare an upstart crow beautified with others' feathers. That is, Shakespeare has taken plots from others. During Shakespeare's time, it was not a sin to be inspired by others' works. Now we call it plagiarism, but in those days, no such thing existed, so Shakespeare freely took away plots from other people's works. And that made Greene call Shakespeare an upstart crow beautified with others' feathers. Thanks for watching and keep watching these videos and share them with your friends and ask them to subscribe to the channel Ahmed's School of English.